35 weeks. Seriously, you guys, 35 weeks. You guys, we've done this. We're this far. We're in the home stretch. 2 weeks away from being full term. So for those of you who don't know, 37 weeks is considered full term. You're safe to deliver at that point. What? 5 weeks away from due date. Oh my gosh. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started talking because there's a lot to talk about because I already filmed this and it was blurry. What else is new? But I'm pretty sure it's good now. So let's just jump right in. So 35 weeks, 2 weeks from full term. Amazing. I've been feeling great still. Yes, some days I've been tired, but it's mainly if I don't sleep the night before, and if I haven't slept the night before, it's because I didn't give myself enough like downtime to get myself into bed. It's like was doing stuff and then I was like, okay, bedtime. So I've been trying to make sure that when I go to bed, I like give myself that calming period and then my brain can kind of like slowly go. I've had like Christmas songs stuck in my head when I go to bed. I'm like, okay, I don't really want to hear Celine Dion singing right now. I hear it enough all day. I don't want to hear it in my brain when I'm trying to sleep. But I slept pretty well last night, so hopefully sleeping good continues because that's what I want. And then baby has been great. It's said that baby should be about 18 inches or 5 1/4 pounds average. Once again, every single baby is different, but that's where it should kind of be averaging. So big baby, 18 inches. That's pretty long. And that's from head to foot, but obviously like the way that it works is you have the head and the butt, and then the legs are stretched out on like, so it'd be like head, butt, and then like legs are this way. So it's not like, oh, there's 18 inches in my stomach, if that makes sense. Okay. I've been loving ice water. Ice water has been like the best thing ever. I don't know why. Just, I love it really, really cold. It's so refreshing, and I love water in general. Like, I'm not very much a juice or a pop person. Like, when I go out, it's always water. Home, it's water. But for some reason, I like gulp it. I'm like, I want more water. And then I also have been loving to just chew the ice, which I know some people say is like an iron deficiency. Like it's a way of telling that you have an iron deficiency, but my iron is good. Like, I got checked by the midwife last week. We're all good to go. I just love the taste of ice, if that makes sense. I just love water in all forms of water, except for at the beach. I hate the beach. Random fact. But yeah, going back to baby. So baby's good and settled, still head down, which is great. It's gonna stay head down now for the remainder of the pregnancy and in birth. And then the butt is, so I told you guys it's kind of like on the left side, which for the most part it is, but I've kind of been finding it also to be in the center, like during the day when I'm like walking around or standing, which is different because it used to be left side, but then now it's up in the center, which I don't know if that means like baby's completely anterior now, which means back is up on me, and like the legs, and that's when the legs are in the back, but I still sometimes get like the butt on the side and then the foot on the right side. When I was just filming this before and it was blurry, baby's foot was like boom. I was like, hello little baby. But yeah, movements have been smaller, definitely only kind of fidgeting to make sure that it's comfortable. No more like I'm kicking you like crazy because I'm a fun little kid. It's probably definitely like, all right, I'm running out of room here. And I agree, because I've been feeling the butt up higher by my ribs, and the baby has kicked me in the ribs a couple times. Nothing painful. It's mainly if I'm just like crouched or, you know, in a position where I'm not fully stretched out for the baby. That's the only time I've really felt it, but yeah, definitely been kicking me in the ribs a couple times, and I was like, that needs to end. But baby's doing great. I told you guys that Brad had a special bond with this baby from the beginning. Whenever Brad would talk or Brad would poke, the baby pokes back. It never poked me back. But I could be sitting here now and just having like my hand on my stomach, and the baby, sometimes like it kicks because it's like, okay, I want some more room, but for the most part it doesn't respond. But as soon, and I swear it's so true, as soon as Brad puts his hand on the stomach, the baby knows, and it's like, hi dad, what are we doing now? Are we gonna play now? So I think Brad's got a little daddy's child on his hands, boy or girl, I don't know, but they have a special bond. So that's obviously awesome. The other thing I want to say about the movements though, I'm going to be hopping back and forth because like I filmed this before and it was all so good. Anyways, it's all good. Is that I feel more the head now moving. Before I never really felt it. So I guess my guess would mean that means it's lower. But it's like the most odd feeling in the world to have something like moving in your pelvis. It's like, okay, it's just really weird feeling, but it's good because it means the head's down, but it's just funny. We took a breastfeeding class last Wednesday, and it wasn't in the last week's vlog because I filmed that one in the morning after our appointment, and then the class was at night. But we went to a breastfeeding class. It was very informative. It was 2 hours long, which when we first saw that, we're like, what are they going to talk about movies for 2 hours? But afterwards I was like, I need more. I need more information. I won't talk too much about it just because I know that it can be controversial. But to me, it's the most natural thing if you're able to do it. The instructor said she was very much like, obviously, if you need to do formula, like it's totally okay kind of thing, but you guys are obviously here because you want to breastfeed. But she said that it should not hurt if you're having sore, cracked nipples, all these things, like you're not doing it right kind of thing, you know, reach out for help. And that all women should be able to produce enough breast milk, because that's two of the top reasons why women quit, is because it hurts or because they think they're not producing enough. But she said basically if you are feeding your baby consistently as you should be, like the milk will still continue to come in. She said the problem is that a lot of women will like skip a feeding or something like that, and that immediately cuts your milk supply. So even Brad and I thought this, that, you know, maybe I will pump a bit and then Brad can feed the baby during some night feeding so that way I can get some sleep and also he can bond with the baby. But she said if you do that and then you sleep through that normal feeding, milk comes in most at night, that your milk supply will decrease because of it. Like if you start losing a feeding, your body's going to say, okay, the baby doesn't need this much milk, and that will mess with your supply, and there's just all these other factors. And I just loved it because I think a lot of the problem is that people will wait till after to get help. Like in the hospital they'll say, oh, I have a lactation consultant all lined up, but it's really good to know all of this stuff beforehand, because I mean, you're a new mom, you're overwhelmed, you know, you're stressed, you're tired, you've got a baby on your hands. You don't really want to be learning all this new information. So I'm really happy that Brad and I took this class beforehand and now know so much, like so much, that hopefully it will make it a lot easier for us. And it was just really cool because she said like naturally, like as soon as the baby's born, if you put it on your chest, it could take a while, it could take a couple minutes depending on the child, the baby will start to look for the food and like latch on. And I just thought it's so interesting how human beings, like, we just know right from the birth, like I gotta find food and I know what it is and I know where I'm gonna get it. Like, amazing how our bodies are designed. And then she even said that too. She's like, your body has carried this baby for 9 months, like of course it's gonna have the supply for your baby. You just gotta kind of give it some time and just keep working at it, because she said only 14% of mothers actually reach their goal, their breastfeeding goal. So even if it was only I'm going to breastfeed for 6 months, or I'm going to breastfeed for 12 months or 2 years or whatever, only 14% reach it because they just, yeah, they aren't doing it right, and so they find it very difficult. But she's like, if you just keep at it and if you get some help, you should be okay. So I talked too long about it, but anyways, it was just a really great class, and I'm very, very happy that we took it, as well as taking the car seat class. Like, there's just so much information that you don't really know and you just hear it from other people, and to actually go and get the facts, it's very, very helpful. So we got like an information package so I can look back on it once I do have the baby here, and I can say, okay, yeah, this is what I need to do, that's what I need to do, all that stuff. But it kind of sucked because now the way she made it sound, so she even said it was like, you shouldn't really need bottles, you shouldn't need pacifiers, because she said pacifiers are really just to pacify a child. It's to make the child be quiet, basically. And she said you really should be focusing on those cues to know like what it means. Like your baby's crying for a reason. It's not just crying because it likes to cry. So I was like, ah, dang it, like we wasted money on bottles, we wasted money on soothers. So we'll see what happens. But the other thing she said is that if you're going to be breastfeeding exclusively, like that's your goal, definitely keep the child in the bedroom for, she said, the first 6 months, which I said from right away I wanted the baby in the crib. My mom had said that was the best thing that she ever did, and I just thought it was smart as well, because I want Brad and I to still be able to have our space, you know, we just still want it to be our space. And so when she said that though, Brad and I were kind of like, okay, well, like it makes sense, like it's only going to be gas and it's going to be difficult, and not difficult, but it's going to be, it's different, it's totally new for us for the beginning. So we decided we're going to try 2 months having the baby in our room. If we put it into the crib sooner, if we put it into the crib a little bit later, that's fine, but 2 months is kind of like, we want that to be our maximum. Definitely don't want the baby in the room for 6 months. But anyways, so then we thought, okay, we'll get a bassinet, and then we were talking, we're like, I really don't want to spend money on a bassinet that we're only going to be using for a couple months. So we have a pack and play that has a newborn insert, so we figured if we got rid of a side table and kind of just adjusted the room, the pack and play would fit in there. Yes, it's not the most convenient, but it's cheaper and it's better for us in the long run. So we're going to have baby in the room for the first 2 months at the most. So we'll see how it goes, but I just think it's just better for your relationship and for your sleeping if the baby is in the other room, because then that way it's not like every coo and every ooh and every ah, like you're awake and you're alert, you know what I mean? Like Baby's good, just let it be. So yeah, so that's what we decided. Baby in the room, and then, which was different because we, like I said, we weren't gonna have that at all. And then what else has been going on? We are vlogging every day. If you guys haven't seen, I just want to insert that as well. We are vlogging every day, but we're uploading only once a week on Saturdays, and you guys seem to be loving that. Your comments are awesome. We love you guys so much. You guys are the best subscribers, seriously. You guys are just so beautiful, as I say every time, but truly you are, inside and out. You guys are so beautiful. But yeah, we're vlogging, so those are up on Saturdays, and I'll have the first week linked down below under this video in the description box, so you guys can see that. Our maternity photos are up on the blog now, so I also have that link down below, / I want to do a video for it, so hopefully today, when this video is up, I will also have a video for the maternity photos, which I should, because I have 3 days off in a row, so I best be doing my work, because I'm getting myself ahead of schedule, so when baby comes, still got videos for you guys. But the maternity photos, the comments we've been getting back from just friends and family has been overwhelming. Everyone is like, oh my gosh, Courtney, you were made for pregnancy, and I said, yes I was, because I really want to do this a lot more times. But yeah, everyone's just loving them because Andrew and Emma are just so good, and I love them so much. So those are now in the nursery, so nursery tour I'm probably going to film this week. Like I said, it won't be up till beginning of January just to keep me with my videos. Baby's moving, maternity photos, we covered it. Guys, we're just doing great, we're going right through this. And then the last thing, nesting. Oh my goodness, it has started again. You guys know I just love to clean stuff out all the time. Like, I just love a clean house. I hate clutter. Get it out of my house. I don't like it. But I kind of got bit by the bug again because there was a period where I was kind of like, whatever. But now it's like, okay, I kind of want to take down Christmas and make the house ready for baby because it's coming. But I'm not taking down Christmas. We'll talk about that in a second. But we were in the kitchen making cookies, and of course we had to pull stuff out for like cookie cutters and the icing tips and all that stuff. So I was pulling stuff out anyway, so I was like, I'm just gonna reorganize the entire kitchen. So we did that, and that felt good to kind of declutter and just put things in better spaces and make room for baby. And then speaking of Christmas, we have our whole storage bin, but it's not bin, but like closet. It's been really messy lately because of like Christmas and just Brad's like school's coming to an end. We kind of just been throwing stuff in it because we can't really organize it until Christmas goes away. So Brad and I decided that normally we keep Christmas up until like the first week of January, like probably like the 7th or 8th, sometimes even as far as the 10th. But we decided that we're going to take it down probably a couple days after Christmas, just so that way it's done, we can get that unit organized, and then we can kind of figure out what we're doing with everything. So, because our thought is like we'll have this whole area where the tree is, because we never had anything there before, because the desk was just in the center. But if we push the desk all the way over, we can either fit pack and play or we can fit the stroller. So we're kind of going to rearrange and figure out how everything's going to go. But we've definitely been feeling like, yeah, let's just kind of get rid of Christmas, get the house ready, and so that way if baby does decide to come early, it's not something that is like, oh my gosh, like we still have to clean the entire house. So that'll be good for me and my brain when that's done. And then, oh, I only have 2.5 weeks left of work. What? 2.5 weeks, my goodness, which is amazing and exciting, but at the same time it's like, are you serious? Like, what? Because I remember just a couple months ago, even in October or September, my boss asking me like, oh, like how long do you think you'll work? And I had said at the time, if I can work to the end, I will work to the end, but I have no idea, like I don't know what my body's gonna do kind of thing. It's my first time being pregnant. But I felt great. I told her, I said, just book me to the end basically. I feel great. Like when I go to work, I get the work done. I told you guys the shifts are a little bit shorter. They're not so much 8 to 10 hours anymore. They're more like 6, sometimes 5, sometimes 7, depending on the day. But you know, I work so early that when I come home it's only mid-afternoon, and so if I need to, I will nap or I can rest. So that's been a blessing. But yeah, like the next schedule will be the end, because she closes the shop the first 2 weeks of January because nobody wants a cupcake because they're all their New Year's resolutions. But yeah, so that is going to be interesting to have my last day there. And I worked there, I started in February of last year, and it's funny because now I've worked every single holiday because there's nothing in January. So I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, so 2.5 weeks left of work. And then I'm just gotta wait for the babes, which kind of sucks. Like I do wish she was open just to kind of get me out of the house, keep my mind off baby. So I'm gonna have to think of something else to do during the day, because I do not want to just be sitting around in here. Like, oh, obviously I'll be filming and doing other things, but like I'm the kind of girl, I gotta be on my feet. I gotta be doing things. It's not gonna be fun for me to waiting for baby. I don't want to wait. Like, I'd rather be doing and be like, oh, okay, I'm going into labor. That's how I feel. Speaking of which as well, keep going, I have things to say. I've been thinking a lot more about labor lately. You guys know from the beginning I've said I'm just excited, like I'm just ready. And today I got an email saying like, you're 35 weeks pregnant, and I just smiled and I was like, this baby's gonna be here so soon, and I'm so excited. Like, I'm not nervous, I'm not scared, definitely not scared. I just wonder what it's gonna look like. Like, I'm excited for my birth story. I'm excited to share that, to have a story. So who knows what it'll look like, who knows. I pray that Brad will be home that day, because yeah, I don't want it to be a school day. I hope it's a weekend. But I'm just so excited. So excited. So yeah, thinking about that a lot more. I've had some dreams and just all good. I'm all good. So excited. So we have another midwife appointment next week, so I will have more updates for you guys about baby. And I think I have to take the test for the GBS bacteria, which I pray that I don't have that, because it means you have to be on antibiotics during labor, and I don't want that. So pray for no of that for me, guys, please, if you could. And that is it for now, and I will see you guys next week in my update. But also as well, I have Vlogmas on Saturdays, and then Tuesdays are DIY December videos. And if you haven't seen it yet, check out the cookie and cocoa bar, because it was delicious. It was such a hit at our party, so check it out. You guys are so beautiful, as I said, inside and out, and I'll see you in my bum shot. Okay, 35 weeks, here it is, from the front and from the side. So yes, definitely 35 weeks pregnant. Ta-da, ta-da, there's the babes. Very exciting, there it is. Okay, I did it, almost forgot. All right, love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.